In our village, Eqqo had never known such an adversary. He had never known what it is to run away. Eqqo, why have I led you so far? Too far. Oh, no, no, no. I've lost the thread of my tale. I wanted to find you again. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Do you hear, Eqqo? Oh, no, no, no! I dropped you. And as you were falling down, it became clear, terribly clear, that the day when you left home, the shadow you were running away from, it was me. Dear stars, I beg you, tell me he's all right. If he's dreaming, does it mean he's not dead? I connected each star to its sister as if they were his last bond to life. Oh, Eqqo, I miss you too. Let me give you life again. Eqqo, you left because the world of stories where I wanted to keep you safe was too narrow. I thought this would be enough, that I'd be enough. Eqqo reappeared. Kid, wake up. Hey, I'm here floating like a stupid egg. Wake up, Eqqo. But Eqqo did not wake up. So you left, and you never came back. You wanted to see the world, to touch it, to smell the perfume of things. Eqqo, I brought you back. I'm so sorry. My boy, my big boy. We have to keep going. The egg, where is it? The egg had already chased death away from Eqqo's head. He had to find it. Eqqo was slowly snapping out of it. But where on earth had the egg gone? Eqqo was slowly snapping out of it. But where on earth had the egg gone? There you are, shouted Eqqo. But the egg floated like an unmanned ship. There was no light in it. Are you sulking? Asked the child. Nothing. Even Eqqo didn't sulk that silently. The Ankalal was letting itself be carried by the current, impassive and mute. The Ankalal was harmed, cracked, so Eqqo was running. He was running for our village, for everything that was hiding in this sacred shell, and because that egg had become his friend. The Ankalal, on his side, believed the child dead. His shell was taking on stinking water. He, the son of a god, was discovering that he wasn't immortal. It was a lot to take in. So the Encolal had decided to become an egg again. Round, mute, floating, without even seeing that Eqqo was struggling to get it out of there. In earlier times, Eqqo had loved embroidering his own stories from the frescoes I was weaving. In his stories, my son was redesigning the legends to his own size. He imagined himself as a god, animal, even sometimes a plant. Whatever shape he took in the stories he invented, Eqqo didn't need me to hold his hand. In his stories, Eqqo imagined he was saving our village, our world. He was saving his mother, who was so afraid of everything. You know, said Eqqo to the silent egg, I loved inventing stories. They were stories about places where my mother did not want me to go. Villages, towns, elsewhere. My mother, said Eqqo to the egg, she wove tapestries to help people pray, but people didn't have time to look at them. And she used to say that the valley started to die from that moment on. My mother, said Eqqo to the silent egg, she used to think that the world outside the village was even blinder than me, that it had forgotten its origins, that it was dangerous. Is that true? Yes, Eqqo, the world is dangerous. It's the world of the bell ringer, the world that killed the serpent god and made a blind child the last hope of his people. Where are you again? Eqqo shouted into the void. You may be pretentious and annoying and heavy, but don't count on me leaving you here. There you are, said Eqqo, relieved. Still silent? I don't know what's going on with you, but playing the egg is not a solution, even for a big egg. And you're much more than that. The egg was getting away, and my son had never liked water, especially so much of it. But the egg knew how to float. I let myself sail alongside my hero. This story had never had but one captain, and he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore. A blind pilgrim, a cracked egg, a weaver whose story was making up its own rules. Strange things had been stranded on this beach, but the storm was over. A star of pure light. Light was Issa's hidden sap. Its rays activated its most ancient mechanisms. Half drowned, the Enkalal just sat there, making tiny bubbles. You're in one piece! Eqqo was so relieved. The Enkalal yawned. Oh, what the Enkalal said. Eqqo, you have lit my path with unexpected courage. It is my turn to light yours. Let me give you the light of Issa. The Enkolal declared, "The child has become a sage. The sage has touched the temple's heart. I, like two stars, illuminate each other when one of them wavers. Eqqo and the Enkolal had returned light to the temple. It was their guide, and mine, because it had always been the one true thread of my story." "Issa's caves, finally," said the Enkolal. "But I thought we were going to heaven," said Eqqo. "What goes up always ends up coming down again," replied the egg. "Especially a child whose ancient voices still resonate in these galleries," said Eqqo. They were expecting us." Carved thousands of years ago, the egg from the fresco was still waiting for Issa's light. From Eqqo's heart, the temple was collecting the energy that connected him to the egg. A forgotten warmth was traveling through its long sleeve. In order to activate, the beam needed to reach its goal. A goal perhaps faded by time. You were a sun in a world of shadows, and a star never shines on only one person. I should have set you free to leave. I should have come with you. Your light became even more necessary as the shadows proliferated, outside and in here, ready to steal the source of all life. I wanted to keep you by my side, Eqqo, because you were the only light in the shadow. In truth, Eqqo, I had lived the world through you. I needed to start living as well. Eqqo, the bell ringer! Screamed the egg, and Eqqo's heart stopped. Eqqo, be careful! No! No! The bell ringer said to the Enkalal, "You're the last of your kind. Only you have the power to fill your thirst. But if I eat you and my hunger remains, what will I have left?" The bell ringer said, "You two, you have each other. I needed to own everything because I had lost everything. And yet, I lost only one thing, the most precious. Take the egg away from me, little one. I must exist no more." star's voice trembled. I'm empty. Emptiness knows nothing but destruction. Still, I can help you, and for this, I must die. I'd like to know the light one last time. Isa's light killed the bell ringer, but saved the one thing that still made him a human being. His soul. His love. I had fashioned the bell ringer out of fear. The fear of being left alone. Guilty of having lost my only son. I'm not afraid anymore, Eqqo. I've done all I could, but I couldn't do everything. I'm just asking you to forgive me. The night sky is the mother of stars, the rain, the mother of streams, said the Enkalal. Here is the mother tree, pilgrim, Zaf Enat, the childminder of the world. Since the first monks from the era of Tia, no one has ever come here. The air was filled with the mother tree's perfume. I recognized the scent of my mother, said the egg. It is the same scent as my mother's, replied Eqqo. "11 years ago, on the day of his birth, began Eqqo's true story. Now, he was sailing towards this end that I feared so much, but that I owed him. Something had changed. Eqqo was still a child, yes, but he was feeling more whole. "This was a nice journey," he said with a smile. "It's only the beginning," answered the egg. "Your heart is worth 1,000 eyes, Eqqo," said the Enkelal. "The pilgrim must know not this door was the last one for the pilgrim. Something was blocking Eqqo from opening it, and that something was me. Children are magic. You can watch them, but it's when you look away that they grow up suddenly. Since the beginning of this story, I had never lost sight of Eqqo, but the time had come to trust him. Here lay the immortal soul of Isa, its weak heart forgotten by men. But sometimes it takes so little. It takes a child. The Enkelal said, "When the time comes, a human being remembers their first form and gives life back to life." Fractured by the journey, the Enkelal's shell finally cracked, revealing its truth. The egg was but an empty envelope the child had filled with hope. But where there seems to be only emptiness, if hope isn't where you think it should be, it's possible to bring it there, to encourage it to grow. And let magic take its course, because hope knows its place. That's its strength. That's the reason why you should trust it. Why I needed to trust it. And then your role is to accept it completely, fully. That hope was born for a good reason, and that the end of a story is always an act of love, because it carries the spark of another one. No, it wasn't just a tale. Eqqo's true story was that of such a love for life that he wanted to give back what it gave him during his short existence. The crazy desire to see it grow and flower. I left the fresco of my son's legend and departed, feeling under my feet on the bare earth the sensation of his beating heart. That same rhythm of childhood that invited all the people in the land to visit him reminding them that love is a promise given to the most fragile of things, that one day it will be strong enough to love in return.